Pew 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 pew. Welcome to Dose and Half Cinco. No, I'm not gonna do that. You do.
I was gonna. Oh, okay. Pew 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 pew. Welcome to another episode of Dose and Half Cincos. This is episode number 12. This one's a special episode. This is a double feature. This week we'll be reviewing El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie, and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. As always, I am your host David,
And I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
and yeah, thanks for joining us again, guys.
This is a special episode.
Yeah, it really is.
If you couldn't get enough Dose and Half Cincos, you're getting a double scoop.
You're getting a
Double
double
help
fisting right now.
There we go. That double filming,
And fisting.
There we go.
I like the
Yeah.
A double
You have to. You usually have to pay extra for that.
double filming of the fisting.
Yeah,
So,
I would pay extra for that. I would, personally.
So, have you guys been checking out anything else recently besides our very busy week? Getting 2 movies in. See anything else?
No, other than just getting caught up on Breaking Bad, getting ready for El Camino.
Okay.
I saw
Ben?
I saw Abominable.
Wait, so you followed up by seeing Angry Birds 2, and then now you saw Abominable.
Yeah, I saw Abominable.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is just awesome. Well, how did that one compare to Angry Birds 2?
Well, I couldn't tell you because halfway through they shut it off. I watched it in Vietnam and they just pulled it because, yeah, apparently there was a map in the movie that depicted Vietnam as where the South China Sea as being part of China, and Vietnam didn't like that, so they pulled it. I can't tell you.
Oh, what about the part about Tibet not being part of China? They weren't mad about that?
What do you mean Tibet's part of China?
This sounds. Would you stop eating chips?
Yeah, David.
What?
Yeah, David.
I'm intermittently fasting. Okay, I don't
Intermittently
appreciate
fasting
being
on
triggered.
shrimp chips?
No. Yeah, in between chips.
It's been so long since my last shrimp chip.
Having shrimp chip withdrawals.
It's been almost 6 seconds.
Oh, I gotta get another one.
It's the
Oh my
intermittent
God.
shrimp chip fasting is really good for the metabolism.
Actually, well,
You
speaking of, since
Ketosis and-
Ben's eating nachos, so that kind of brings up something that kind of triggered me recently. Taco Bell removed the cheddar box from from their menu.
The fuck is a cheddar
Wait,
box?
you mean the chalupa?
What? The $5 chalupa? Yeah, the $5 chalupa cheddar box.
Oh, man.
That is no longer available.
Wait,
And-
was that your favorite one, Ben?
No, I'm sure the naked chicken chalupa was probably up there.
Okay, but I asked Ben.
I mean, David number 3.
Nope.
It was
David, you
alright.
said we weren't gonna do that.
Yeah, just let them know that reminder that we did shoot episode 11 at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. What was your favorite, Ben?
Oh, if we're looking at the tier list, I would have to say that this is probably I want to say a B tier.
This is gonna be a podcast on its own.
Yeah, it's it has its strengths. I'm not too big of a fan
Okay,
of
so
the
if
two
you had to
tacos.
if you had to rank S tier, what's in your S tier
Oh man, that had to be the nacho fry, the nacho fries box.
box?
That came with the nacho
Okay,
fries. It
and
came with a
then-
taco. It came with a chalupa and the Baja Blast.
Nice.
That was an
Yeah,
S
I
tier.
would
And,
rather
what's
just get the nacho fries Bel Grande rather than the nacho fry box. But
It came with a chalupa. It was perfectly balanced.
I'll
as
buy the
all
chalupa
things
separate.
Should be.
So, so part of that kind of just harkened back. I was interested because a couple of weeks ago I found out that they were removing other items off the list also. Evan actually was quite surprised when he went to Taco Bell and asked for a double-decker taco. They no
Oh, yeah,
longer
that's
have
like
a
his
double-decker
jam.
taco either. Yep, gone.
oh,
All those
Evan-
like mini meal deals gone.
is
I don't
Evan
know what
okay? Is he like? How
I
is
had
he doing?
you have to understand how I couldn't console him, and he was just like, I went there and I was like, well, what if I paid full price for a bean and cheese burrito, and then you just don't put cheese in it, and then you left it open, and then you put a taco in it?
Please, my
I'll
friend.
pay for both of them.
My friend hasn't come out of his room since you took it away. Man, poor Evan.
Yep.
I didn't know that was his jam.
He hasn't been to work in 2 weeks. He's inconsolable. Yeah, so I was extremely confused by that news and saddened, obviously. And but yeah, so yeah, I would definitely look it up. That was definitely one of those things that was on the news, and well, not on the news, but if you Google it, there was a list of other items that were taken off of that.
Oh, if it was on the news, the backlash, like they would have been like, "Oops, sorry, just kidding, it's back."
So if you, so they dropped 9 items back in at the end of August. So I guess I hadn't gone in a while. So beginning September 12th, Taco Bell is drastically changing its menu. They removed the beefy mini quesadilla, chips and salsa, Chipotle chicken loaded griller. That one I liked.
Never had
Double
that.
decker taco, Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Taco, Fiery Doritos Locos Taco, also gone.
Cool Ranch Dorito? What?
I know, that's a staple. Double tostada power menu burrito and the triple X, the XXL grilled stuffed burrito. The steak one was really good. I like that one. But so yeah, the Cool Ranch Dorito Locos Taco being gone is quite a surprise to me.
That's whack.
Yeah. So I know that we haven't had a Wait, actually, I wanted to ask: have you guys had a Popeye's chicken sandwich?
Nope.
Yet?
Not yet. It's not back yet.
It's still out of
Really? I was talking to Evan today, and he told me that when he was in Vegas a couple weeks ago for that was at Labor Day. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
4 weeks ago, Quattro weeks ago.
Although I did see on their Twitter if they're like, want to know when they're coming back, subscribe to our push notifications.
No, you will not.
I was tempted. I was tempted.
And I think what's replacing some of these items that are at Taco Bell is like more like vegetarian and vegan friendly. So I saw a Crunchwrap Supreme, but instead of like meat, it's black beans.
Why don't they just hook up with Impossible or Beyond Meat and just do that? That's what Del Taco did. Mm-hmm. Del Taco and their Beyond tacos are pretty good.
Yeah, so yeah, the Taco Bell definitely not afraid to shake it up. I mean, I still respect them, but yeah, probably should have asked the Taco Bell Nation before you start dropping stuff off there.
Yeah, like the double decker taco.
I know. R.I.P. We need the sound that we're gonna use for the pour out for last week. We're gonna have to use that for this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the news for me. Obviously, I'm still watching Stranger Things. I'm now into season 2. Hopefully, gonna finish season 3 pretty soon. Other than that, you guys have any other news? I'm sorry we had to start on such a sad note.
Yeah, I'm kind of
beside yourself.
I'm in my feelings right now.
Well, we could take a moment.
All right.
Okay, moment's over.
Rest in peace, double decker taco.
Yep. So, make sure once you if you are a fan of Taco Bell, to go to Taco Bell, enjoy your whatever is your favorite menu item, because it might not be there forever.
Don't take it for granted.
Don't take it for granted. Make sure you tell. For me, it's the Crunchwrap Supreme. You want to tell this Crunchwrap Supreme, I really care about you, and I don't want to lose you. And so let's
all go around the room and share what our favorite Taco Bell menu item is.
Well, mine was the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Right. Ben?
It's a chalupa, and it's never going fucking away.
Just the standard.
It's a small boat.
Standard issue chalupa.
It's a small boat.
Just a standard issue chalupa.
The tickets are pretty wrong.
I wish we hadn't gotten Ben's audio working.
Can we shut off his audio for this point?
Wait, why?
Actually, I think we should have... Okay, so we clearly need to do a drunk episode, but we also need to do an episode where we're all doing nachos.
The nacho episode?
No. I think Ben's nachos, I'll do like ramen. Oh, no. Stu can do ramen
I'll do
or something.
ramen.
Yeah.
All
All
right, guys, I'm here. I'm at Slurpee. It's really loud.
Wait, you guys are actually at ramen place? I thought I just got a cup of noodle.
Yeah, I got my own table here at Shinsengumi.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
What? I just lined up 4 things of Maruchan. Actually, we're gonna go through a gauntlet: Maruchan, Nissan, Top Ramen.
Nissan.
Hey, isn't that one of the other brands?
Yeah, I love their
Yeah.
Sonata ramen.
I love the
that's
Ultima.
Hyundai. Wait,
I love the Ultima.
I like the Sentra
The Accord Ramen.
Katsu ramen is pretty good.
The CRV
Sentra
ramen.
Shoyu ramen.
Wow.
Ooh, I like that. Can you? Oh, dude, we should just open our own ramen shop and just. I don't know why we picked Nissan, but I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, so we can get sued by 2 companies.
No, but you just spell it slightly different. So instead of Nissan,
It's like
No.
K-N-E.
Yeah, so we can get-
Kneesan.
Wow.
Yeah, I would be open to drunk episode if we can make sure that we're actually recording, and we're not too drunk to realize we haven't recorded anything.
I mean, if we're all in the same room, we could check each other and then we could all fail together because
But we're all idiots.
Oh, God. Yeah, that'll work out well. So look forward to a possible drunk episode or food episode. Most likely food episode first. We'll see the logistics.
What about a drunk episode, a food episode, and a drunk on food episode?
Oh, just like food coma episode.
Yeah.
So guys, we're gonna go to our favorite buffets. I'm going to Bacchanal.
And it's just gonna be us taking naps.
Yeah.
A recording of us taking naps.
So I'm gonna talk while these two have knocked out, and then hopefully by the time I'm done talking, one of them wakes up.
Nope.
Stu, stop. Stu, wake up.
Nope. Then we're all just asleep.
Welcome to our
so-
welcome to our Ambien special.
The ambience.
Brought to you by Big Ambient Pharma.
Make sure to take a Xanny with the rest of us, and we'll all fall. We'll knock out like a light.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Fortunately, we had to start with such a sad note, but rest in peace, Double Decker Taco, and if there's any other food things that you guys miss or you guys would like for us to have in remembrance, you definitely you can hit us up in the comments and let us know.
That'll be that's a sad podcast.
I
It
know,
is.
but it kind of goes in hand with our theme for this week. I don't know, I got nothing. Sorry.
I mean,
so we're gonna go straight into our box office rundown this week. There's a couple of surprises in there, but obviously the biggest not surprise is the #1 movie in the nation is still Joker, holding on to the top spot. We have a couple newcomers in the top 5. They are actually brand new movies. The Addams Family comes in, slots at number 2. Number 3 is Gemini Man with Will Smith and the acclaimed record. I don't know why they keep trying to put Ang Lee in this. Like, they keep mentioning Ang Lee so much, almost like if Will Smith wasn't a selling point to this movie in the first place. The director of Life of Pi. And I'm like, he also directed Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So I'm like, there's other stuff here too.
And the Incredible Hulk.
You're just upset they didn't mention the Asian movie.
Yeah. The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's true. And then from there, number 4 is Abominable, down from number 2. Down Abbey, number 5. Top 5. Hustlers comes in number 6. Judy, number 7. It Chapter 2, number 8. Jexy, the newcomer, is number 9. And Ad Astra rounds out the top 10. So, guys, any surprises? Any thoughts?
Jexy did not start off strong.
Nope.
Did you really think it was going to do that well?
No, I guess not. But I didn't think number 9.
Actually,
You thought it would place, what, number 6 or 7?
Yeah.
it actually did better than I thought it would. So,
You did not expect it to be in the top 10?
no, I did not. I did not think so at all. I was proven wrong.
I thought that's your boy though.
Adam Devine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him for an autograph and everything. He said no. No, I didn't. I saw him at a Laker game
Yep.
and I didn't say anything because I was a coward.
Yep.
You know, it was trailing off the whole John C. Reilly thing. I didn't want to get rejected again, you know?
Well, was that the same day?
No, it wasn't the same day, but, you know, it's just...
You still sore from John C. Reilly snubbing
we
you?
probably should have done it. It's just been like, Eric, can we take a picture with you? Oh, John C. Reilly, you're here. I guess you could be in the picture too. Maybe
Wow.
that might have been the play.
I think
Or
he
you
would have
could have
gotten
been
more
like-
pissed.
Maybe you could have been like, "Oh, Eric, oh, awesome. Is this your dad?"
Oh, my God.
What if they thought? What if that was? This is the reason why Time Machine should happen, so we can get other chances at stuff like this.
Yeah.
Until we find the right combination.
Mm-hmm.
For those of
The one where we save him from the paparazzi guy that was outside.
Oh.
for those listeners who have no idea what the hell we're talking about, Ben, we at a restaurant and we saw John C. Reilly, and it was Eric, right?
I think it was Eric, yeah.
Yeah,
Or was it?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Tim? No, it was Eric. No, it was Tim. It was Tim.
Sorry, Tim.
Tim Heidecker, at a restaurant, and Ben really wanted to try to get a picture with John C. Reilly, so David walked over with him and tried to say, "Hey, John C. Reilly, it's my friend's birthday. He would love nothing more if he could get a picture with you." And John C. Reilly's like, "Nah, fam, fuck that. Fuck out my face."
Yep. Felt bad. Felt real bad.
Yeah. So
I felt horrible because I was like, "Wait, what? Did you really say no?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did kind
You
of
just
interrupt
went-
their dinner.
yeah, I mean, you were kind of being a dick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What the fuck? The last time I do anything for you.
Hey, it'd be like if we were out in L.A. and someone walked up and was, "Oh my God, 2.5 Oh, I love you. Can I get a picture?"
That's right. Face to the palm to the face.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my face. Yeah, right. You'd be like, "Oh my God, you recognize us? Can we get a picture with you?"
I'd be like, yeah, like who the hell are you?
Yeah, didn't that happen this past week, David, where someone went up to you and said, "Oh, I know you," and then you were so into
that wasn't this past week. That happened yesterday.
Oh, well, that's
that
past
counts.
week. That's past week. That's
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, it happened yesterday. Someone came up to me and then was like, "Your name's David, right?" I was like, "What? How do you know that?" And then you guys pointed out I was wearing my badge, so there's a possibility she could have been just reading that.
She was checking out your package and saw your name tag.
Wait, that's because I was carrying a box around. Of course.
Right.
Makes sense.
or you have a
And
tumor.
also, your
I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I've already explained this story before. And
you had a package.
It
in
probably ended up. Oh no!
in a
Long story
box.
short, ended up in a possible job offer, maybe. But
like-
she said she was gonna text me or call me or something like that. But maybe she just kept my phone number and she's gonna write it on the wall in the bathroom.
Wait, you actually gave her your phone number?
It's a phone number.
Yes, I think the
Yeah.
answer to that is yes.
Wow. So join us next episode when David enters a pyramid scheme.
Wait, it's not a pyramid. It's an upside down. It's a funnel. Think of it as
Where all the money
think of it as a
funnels
funnel.
to
You
me.
start with one guy.
Join us next week for our latest adventure, David and the case of the missing identity.
Oh God, that sounds horrible. But yeah. So outside of those, Ben, do you want to say anything about Addams Family? You know, topping the charts, obviously unable to unseat the king that is Joaquin Phoenix right now, but the Addams Family, because it is the reason why it placed number 2. Is it because it's PG?
I would say because it's a
Rated G.
brand new animated film, and it did have a lot of star power behind it. Surprisingly, I mean, I was a little weirded out by it because it came out of nowhere. It's like, who is asking for an Addams Family reboot, right? An animated Addams Family reboot, and it comes with this great cast. Like
It's like reverse Lion King.
yeah, but I wasn't too excited to see it. But I mean, the cast was kind of tempting. But at the same time, it's just like, Addams Family. But who'd it have? It had Chloe Moretz Grace. It had Charlize Theron. It had Oscar Isaac. All right. Why are all these people in this movie? Did they get blackmailed? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna go check it out. So
sometimes you just need money.
yeah. So David, tell us next week when you watch it how good it is.
Oh, I'm probably gonna want to watch Jexy instead.
Wait.
Sorry. Because it's probably gonna happen. Siri's gonna take over the world.
Wow. So that was a joke. So that really means you are gonna see Addams Family next week.
No. Probably either Gemini Man or Jexy.
I think we should see
Gemini Man
Parasite.
or Parasite.
Yes. Parasite placed number 15.
Oh.
There was a,
Huh?
Alien, the 40th anniversary was a Fathom event. That was 14th.
Oh yeah.
Lion King was number
I should have gone to
13.
that.
War, the movie that Stu really, really wanted to see this weekend.
Yeah.
That placed number 12, down from number 9. Rambo Last Blood's 11. Ad Astra obviously rounded out the top 10.
I'm a little disappointed that Ad Astra's fallen out of the top 10 so quickly.
I know. Well, I guess it's kind of expected after word of mouth went around about how it's kind of a slow burn of a movie and nothing.
Well, it's because people should be stop being such fucking casuals.
Yeah, get good.
Sorry, there weren't any space blasters.
I mean, there were space blasters.
I mean,
there
well, no, there were the regular space guns. They weren't space blasters.
I mean,
Sorry, there weren't any phaser guns or sexy alien women.
I mean, there were.
Actually, I'm gonna go back and can I change my score on Ad Astra? I want to take a point off because there were no sexy alien women.
Well, I mean, there were in the sense that all the women that you saw were probably born on a different planet. That's an alien.
No, that's not.
Foreign
That's not at all
Foreign,
what I meant.
Foreign. They're very foreign. They're alien. Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
They're the same species.
They're aliens.
Oh, remember the movie Species?
The what?
The movie Never mind.
Oh yeah, species. Yeah. But
Anyways, what were we talking about?
the top 10.
Oh, we're still doing top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're still doing that?
yeah.
I think that's a good place to stop. I think that we're done with our box office rundown for this week. We're going to take a really quick break, and we'll be right back with our double feature movies of the week, El Camino and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Stay tuned.
Boom, 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 boom. Howdy, y'all. Y'all like some tacos? Well, come on down to Taco Bell, where we take your favorite menu items, leave them on the menu for years and years so you get used to them, and then, when you least expect it, we rip it off the menu, tearing it from your heart and soul. So come on down to Taco Bell, where you can't get your favorite stuff anymore. Yeehaw!
Bong.
Enter promo code Dos5incos to get even less menu or less stuff on the menu.
And we're back. We'll be talking about our movies of the week. This week it's a double scoop, double feature, double fisting of cinematic goodness.
Double Dragon.
That too.
Wait, what other
we'll
doubles are there?
Double.
Double.
Double Dragon, Double Trouble,
Double triple.
Double Mint Gum,
Oh, I'm sorry, triple double.
Double colonoscopy.
well, double colonoscopy.
Yeah. Wait, did you guys know how to get your annual double colonoscopy?
Wait.
God.
Ben, I would like for you to explain to our listeners what a double colonoscopy entails.
Well, it's quite simple. So you know when you get a colonoscopy,
Uh-huh.
it's like right
Like
after
you do.
another doctor will come in and then he'll perform another colonoscopy.
Oh, so it's not like you're getting one colonoscopy in the butt and then one through the mouth
Oh
at the same time?
no! Like the doctor will do it, and then like the other doctor, the assistant learning doctor, the one in plain clothes, the one kind of that looks like the guy off the street comes in, and then you get another one.
Okay, so it's like sequential. Like
Yeah.
you get one, that one's done, and then you do another one.
Yeah.
All right, so what would you call it when you're getting a colonoscopy in the butt and then also through the mouth at the same time?
I think that's what they call what was that? A split roast? Is that it?
colonoscopy roast?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about when you're getting 2 colonoscopies in the butt at the same time?
I think that's like That would also be a double colonoscopy. That's like
I think it's just called it's a good time. That's what it's called. All right, enough colonoscopy talk.
yeah, I don't think Joe would like this because he usually listens to this when he eats.
Okay. Yeah, Joe, don't eat right now.
Although it's nachos, then it should be okay.
Yeah.
Just throw up in between nachos.
I know it's too late. We've already done the damage, but whatever.
All right. Well, I think we should start with the first movie we saw this week. That was El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie. I also wanted to review the theater that we saw it in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I think that we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the fantastic Alamo Drafthouse in Los Angeles. If you get a chance to see a movie there, definitely highly, highly, highly recommend. I think I can easily speak for the two of you guys also about how much you guys enjoyed it, but I will let you guys go ahead and
I mean, I prefer you don't
talk about it
but
as well.
yeah.
But, so go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't have anything to say.
Oh
No,
no, I always give you guys the opportunity, but I just wanted to just really emphasize a point that how much we enjoyed going there.
Yes.
In the first place, I mean, you get a chance to be able to rent free movies. That's one. The draft list of all the stuff is excellent. There's always some type of themed drink. We had some Schrader Brow.
Yeah.
Yep. In celebration of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I mean, as a beer on its own, it was okay.
It was more novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't go see the Breaking Bad movie and not get yourself some Schrader Brow.
Exactly.
So,
Schrader Brow.
So, yeah, that was available. The food I thought was really good. I really like the way that I really like the philosophy that's behind it. Like if you get caught with your phone out, you get a warning. If you do it again, your ass is out.
Also, no kids allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really? It's 18 and over.
I don't know about 18, but there's no babies or no babies or children or it's. I don't know what the age limit is, but definitely no babies, so no crying. I think is one of their rules.
I didn't know. Where was that posted? Or is that just kind of like one of the rules that you know ahead of time?
I thought I saw it on their website.
Really? Oh, well, whatever it is. But yeah, it's definitely more mature oriented. So you're going to go there for a purpose. You're going to go there to enjoy a movie and no expenses are spared, right? In terms of the overall experience. The way you order food is very well done. I think with the little paper or whatever. Yeah, so you can order it in the middle of the movie too. So
curious about how that would all work with I was worried they'd be waiters standing in the way as people were ordering, but no, it actually works. Got a nice little system there.
Yeah, yeah.
And the food was really good too.
Yeah, for everything, when you're looking at everything together, I guess even at the individual items, the draft selection, the food selection, the staff, the ambiance. If you look at it all by itself, it's already pretty great, and then you combine it all, it's a really good experience. I don't know, it's definitely a place built for movie lovers. Everything about it, the staff can just talk your head off about movies. They are really courteous when you're ordering. They make sure that they're not in the way when you're watching the film. I mean, even the way that you order the food and the beverages while you're sitting down, it's great. They have that little light under your seat so you can take a look at everything without disrupting the whole experience. And I really like the way that you could order more popcorn or something, or even a refill or something. You just put up your little paper and they just come by and take it, no questions asked. You just write down wherever you want. I mean, I did that a few times. It was really cool.
Yeah, I'm very much a fan of this type of theater. I know there are other types of theaters where they do food, they have full menus like that, but I've never been to one before, so maybe other theaters are kind of like that also. But I think they don't have like the kind of rules like no kids, and they don't have like the super strict cell phone. Of the other theaters, I don't know if they have like the type of rules that like are catered to this experience.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, because it's definitely very purposeful in a lot of the details that they're making, that they choices that you guys had all mentioned, and it's like they really make it they make it an experience every single time you go. That it's always like something. So I'm hoping that they open more in somewhere in LA. Like I think the Spectrum would be really great to have one of those. I think I know that probably like Victoria Gardens would be a really good spot to have something like that. I know that would be competing with a like one that is on. That would definitely be in competition with like the AMC's. But I hope that maybe this might make AMC step up its game. Like I know that just because you have a full bar and food and stuff like that doesn't necessarily give you a full, movie experience. So that I really appreciated that, and it kind of like threw back a little bit to like when movies first became a thing back in like the 50s and 60s. That was like the first thing what they were doing. It was like it became like your entire like night was kind of revolved around going to see a movie, and this kind of throws back and gives you the opportunity to kind of do that. And I definitely appreciate that, and I definitely would love to go back for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, enough about the theater. If anything, if you get a chance to be able to go out to the Alamo, definitely for sure do it. But we want to talk about this is a movie podcast, not a movie theater podcast. Unfortunately, there's not much you can talk about many theaters, but I feel like we have a lot of interesting experiences when it comes to that. I mean, Stu's had to move a couple of times because of other audience members and his hatred for children.
Yes.
And Ben has heard about people leaving the theater due to gastroenteritis, and then finding out that it has to do with their inability to maintain friendships. So yeah, maybe that's what this podcast should really be about, is our movie going experience. But we're here. We want to talk about El Camino, guys. What we're, Ben, do you have a synopsis for us for El Camino?
Yeah. Continuing directly after the final moments of Breaking Bad, Jesse Pinkman searches for a new life while living with the guilt of his previous one.
Couldn't said it better than that. Stu,
Short and sweet.
Thoughts?
If you like Breaking Bad, you should like El Camino, or you're just a hater. It's a great movie. It's like watching an episode of Breaking Bad, but in a movie.
And twice as long.
Well,
yeah, because an episode
in a movie.
This one was like 2. Yeah, perfect. Score?
Ooh, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Ben? Thoughts?
I really liked it. I know that there was a lot of criticism about the movie because, well, a lot of people said, was it actually needed? That was a very common criticism I've heard. But
that it was needed, or it wasn't needed?
Was it needed at all?
Was not needed.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, a lot of people say it's excessive. It just doesn't really contribute.
Well, a lot of people can eat a big bag of dicks.
That's what I said. My coworker said, like, what was it needed? And I'm like, I don't know. Was Breaking Bad needed? I mean, come on.
Is your face needed as you're stomping them into the curb?
I really, really like the movie. I was a little skeptical to see how, if Vince Gilligan can continue his magic. He was already heating up with Better Call Saul. I really like Better Call Saul. I even thought it was better than Breaking Bad at some points. And now with El Camino, I can confidently say, yeah, he definitely struck gold again. I would say this is a 9 out of 10 for me.
Ooh,
okay.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I definitely echo some of the sentiments for that Ben said. Like, I mean, Ben, you're right. Like, I know that you had talked about it previously before, that maybe he was maturing in his style, while he was doing Better Call Saul, and then you kind of see what he could have done with Breaking Bad if he were to start the whole series all over again. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is, a fitting ending. I definitely thought it was necessary. I don't know why people think it wasn't necessary, because I was asking the same questions at the end of the movie, at the end of the TV series. and it ended the way I kind of was hoping it would end. So in terms of the way TV shows have gone, this is definitely up there for me. So I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10 for sure. Nice. Easy. Yeah. So because I've definitely had a couple of experiences with other TV shows and the ending going, wow, okay, that's the way this ends.
Game of Thrones.
Orange is
not to name names or anything like that. Did anybody hear something? Oh yeah, that too. Well, that one should have ended 3 seasons ago. But let's not get into that. So all right. So we saw El Camino. So obviously that one probably averages out to about like an 8.5 overall.
I mean, I'll get into why I didn't give it a 9. I wanted to give it a 9, but
okay. Does there spoiler requirement?
Yeah, it's spoiler requirement.
Okay.
But one thing I wanted to touch on before we dive into the spoiler zone is I know we saw the movie and everything together. It was great, but man, it would have been awesome if we would have gone on a Friday instead of a Saturday. Ben, do you know why we went Friday or Saturday instead of Friday?
I don't remember. I really don't remember. Why didn't we go on Friday? We should have just gone on Friday.
I'm editing this episode.
Yeah. I mean, Saturday's great and all, but Fridays are like
better for the Alamo, correct? Because I will cop to it. I was the one who said it would be better if we went on a Saturday. And
then what happened?
Aaron Paul showed up on Friday after the first screening at 7 o'clock, which ended at roughly around 9 o'clock. Aaron Paul walks in. Netflix was there to film the whole thing. He walks down, takes some questions, thanks everybody for being there. It's on YouTube if you want to see it. But he was there to embrace the fans. I'm
gonna deprive myself of that forever because I didn't get to see it in person.
I saw it on YouTube and I cried.
Yeah, I hope it feels.
It doesn't feel good because you guys remind me all the time. I can't get away from it.
To the grave, David. I'll never let you forget.
Wow. I know it's gonna literally say on my tombstone. No, I'll take care of it.
Your tombstone's gonna say Rush Hour 2 was better than Rush Hour 1.
Oh
and
my God!
I didn't let my friends see Aaron Paul.
Yep.
This is gonna be a long tombstone. You know what? Joke's on you. Each letter's $100.
Worth it.
And it's just like worth it. No, you just turn it into an acronym. It's just a bunch of letters. Like, what the hell does that mean?
And it spells out like "eat big dicks" or something.
Oh, yours are the worst. All right,
David. Chen.
So I apologize. I told them ahead of time. Not ahead of time. Afterwards, that I copped to it. I found out before also, and I told them the first thing I did when I saw him was I said, you know what, we probably should have saw it on Friday, even though I couldn't have gone. You guys, I shouldn't have deprived you guys of that.
Yeah.
So if there's any opportunities to go to the Alamo, especially for an opening movie on Friday or Thursday, I think at this point, right? They do premieres too, so that might be an opportunity because it seems like a lot of the actors that are have prominent roles in a lot of these films, especially ones that have like a almost like a cult following to them. Like, Breaking Bad had a really big following. Joker had a really big following. The Alamo seems to be the spot for those guys to show up. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, being able to see those guys and stuff like that. So that would be that.
Yeah. Also, and this I won't fault you for this, David. Although it might have worked out a little better, at least for me and Ben. Was that I felt a little weird that it seemed like Ben and I were the only ones who dressed up for the show.
Well, I think maybe if you guys had dressed up, if you had gone on Friday, I'm sure you guys probably got in a couple more. But on the way out, we saw a couple of guys that were dressed in the suits too. So
were they?
Yeah.
I saw a few.
There was one guy for sure. Yeah. So I mean, there were other people for sure.
Because I think that might be like the first time I've ever actually like done something like that.
Definitely would encourage to keep doing it. Definitely don't let this be your experience
to
sour
bummed out.
Nah, don't let it sour you for sure. Because I saw people were like, dude, nice. You guys dressed up for this. This is cool and stuff like that. I really thought that you were going to be making so much noise with the suit the entire time. I was like, I don't know this guy I'm sitting next to because he's just making so much noise, crinkling like a bag of Doritos. He's grabbing popcorn.
Or like a box of nachos.
Yeah, I mean, who does that? Seriously.
So before we go into the spoiler zone, we definitely need to talk about the other movie. The other movie we saw this week was yesterday. We saw Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
I'm having a hard time with that name.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's a mouthful. So, Ben, do you got anything on that?
That was a mouthful. Yeah. Oh my, man.
You caught a mid nacho.
Yeah, what the hell, David?
This is exactly what they would want, what Kevin Smith would want.
All right. So what were you asking?
Synopsis: Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Right. So Jay and Silent Bob Reboot follows the day in the lives of two convenience clerks named Dante and Randall as they annoy customers, discuss movies, and play hockey on the store roof.
Wait, I just read that earlier today. That sounds familiar.
Oh, you read my book. Oh, okay.
Oh, did you write imdb.com/clerks?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So you did pick up my book.
Hilarious. Okay, so Stu, since Ben gave us the synopsis for Clerks, Stu, what was your thoughts on Jay and Silent Bob Reboot?
I feel like I should have done a little more research in the sense that I should have rewatched some of the movies because I felt like I was missing a lot of the pieces, but I could still appreciate the movie for what it was in the moment. There are little bits and pieces it had, although I probably didn't get as much out of it as people who are hardcore Kevin Smith fans. But I did enjoy it. It was an enjoyable movie.
So, score?
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Ben, thoughts and score?
It was definitely a very fan servicey movie. You know, it didn't really rely too much on plot or, you know, a script. It was just like, here's this guy. Remember this thing? Remember this thing? You know, here's this guy that you never thought about. You know, it just kept.
Here's an hour and a half of just
cameos.
These are all these references. See how many of them you get.
Yeah, look how meta we are. You know, and I gotta be honest, I'm kind of a sucker for that. So.
So score 10 out of 10.
I give it a 6.5. It was still really enjoyable, you know, for what it was. If you're a fan of Kevin Smith stuff, or just any of Kevin Smith's, you know, any of Kevin Smith's projects, this is definitely a movie you should check out.
For me, I definitely feel very similar to that. It's very fan fiction, fan fiction. Actually, that also, right? That also too.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like it's like Kevin Smith's fan fiction about Jay and Silent Bob.
You know, I was about to say when you said fan fiction, like you know, oh, Jay and Silent Bob, you know, make out and have sex and shit, but they also kind of covered that in the movie.
Yeah, they did.
Oh wait, spoilers.
But I think it's actually kind of interesting. Well, I mean, that's in every single movie, so that's not a big deal. I feel like both of these movies there's a lot of fan service because we've been clamoring for more Breaking Bad, and that was a good ending for that. I feel like this is kind of fitting. It kind of ties a bow on Kevin Smith in general, and it's a celebration of a lot of like the things that he stood for, and he brought back a lot of, you know, like you were saying, cameos and stuff like that. So overall speaking, I would probably give it a 7 because I really enjoyed it. But as a movie on its own, if you were like, you know, thinking about, oh, I want to catch all this cinematic, you know, gold and stuff like that, I definitely
if this was Kevin Smith's first movie ever.
Yeah. If you've never watched any Kevin Smith movies, this is going to be completely wildly over your head. I will say that.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on this too. I wish I would gone back to watch Dogma and some of the other ones. That might be something you guys might want to do. Check out some of the other Kevin Smith movies before you go back, because you definitely will be in for a big treat for some of the stuff that does happen in the movie for sure. So, okay. Well, it sounds like that one wraps up our just the overall review on it. Seems like we enjoyed El Camino pretty well. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, Definitely highly recommend. I think it's a fitting ending.
Just see it. Yeah, just go see it.
Right.
No, you don't have to
see it.
You don't even have to go see it. You just watch it on Netflix.
That's true. You don't need to go out, but I definitely think it was worth going out to go see the movie in a theater, in a proper theater.
The fuck?
And Jay and Silent Bob. I mean, I think partially the reason why I enjoyed it and I gave it a 7 is I think it was because of the audience that was there, especially at the event that we went.
Yeah.
Like there was this group of like old. I know you guys were sitting right next to me, but on the other side of me was like this group of like older ladies and this one old dude, this older gentleman. I think they were probably in their like late 60s, early 70s, and they were cracking up the entire time. And I was just enjoying, just kind of just sitting there going, oh, this is the right crowd for this. Because I'm sure there's like some people are like, well, there's people who just watch every movie that ever comes out that comes to the theater because they have a pass or whatever it may be. I don't know if all of them will have the same reaction, but the people who are fans of Kevin Smith and his movies definitely had a very similar reaction to that, and they made it more enjoyable, especially since we got to go see a special event, and then they did like a small like intro at the very beginning, to talk about the movie and stuff like that. And I think this is a really good homage to a lot of the things that he did, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, and so yeah. All right, so
it doesn't take itself seriously at all.
yeah, ever. So that'll cover our general overview. We're gonna go into the spoiler zone. We're gonna be talking about both movies.
David.
What?
I'm in the spoiler zone.
Okay. All right. We're
Join me.
coming over. Oh.
Come over here. I'm in the spoiler zone. Don't let them see you. Stay low.
Call 1-800-200-spoilers.
Follow me to the spoiler zone.
It's only $2 a minute to join us here in the spoiler zone. Oh, that's not what you were doing, is it? Okay.
No,
so yeah, you've been you've been warned. We're gonna be just going in the spoiler zone. We're gonna be exploring the movie, all of the movie, and not being afraid to talk about certain things. So if you guys are interested in watching the movie without any spoilers, definitely skip over this portion. If not, you're more than welcome to join us, as long as it's okay with Stu. Stu, is it okay if everybody else joins us in the spoiler zone?
Yeah, come on, follow me. Be quiet, though.
Welcome to the spoiler zone. All right, so let's talk about El Camino. Guys, El Camino. I know that, Stu, you had something you wanted to talk about. Get off your chest. What is it?
Well, there was a couple. It was kind of a couple things that kind of added up to a -1 for me. Ooh. And these might sound kind of inconsequential, but I would compare it to, say, knocking a point off of a movie because you didn't like a particular song.
Valid point. It's a very valid point.
But so a couple things. I know in the previews they showed there was a couple scenes. One I saw where Skinny Pete is being interrogated. Mm-hmm. I was like, where is that? Where's that scene? It wasn't in the movie.
Oh wait,
if they just
I mean, it does still happen in the movie, in the plot of the movie, but I like it because it was like a teaser of what kind of happens, and it does happen.
I was just kind of right. I was just I mean, I guess that's kind of Vince Gilligan being Vince Gilligan.
And I mean, if they put it in, I think it would have really detracted from Jesse's story. I mean, sure they're talking about him, but the whole movie was focused on Jesse, and I think that just small breakaway could have broken the flow of the movie, where it's really tense. You really want to know what happens to Jesse, and then boom, we cut to Skinny Pete being interrogated by the police, and it's just like, yeah, you like Skinny Pete, but you're there for Jesse. So
I mean, I wouldn't have tried to make it that on the nose. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have just been a hard cut to Skinny Pete in the interrogation room.
Yeah, right.
But
I know you guys came here to see Jesse, but Skinny Pete, and then that's it. And then it's like 45 minutes of it'd be like.
I mean,
a couple of guys that were complaining about it chapter 2 because they were like, it's taking too long to get to the part where they fight Pennywise. It'd be like almost like the same thing where it's Skinny Pete for an hour and then we get 15 minutes of Jesse escaping.
We've been duped. But I think in general for me, I just don't like when movies show stuff in previews that end up not being in the movie. I just in general don't really I don't like that.
Wait, why don't you like that? Just out of curiosity.
Just because I was like, I wanted to see that part in the movie, and you tricked me.
Oh, okay.
Like, what if I like that part, and now I go see the movie, and it's not there, which has happened a number of times. I don't have any examples off the top of my head, but it has happened. But I don't want to focus too much, because that was just a very small part of it, of the point I knocked off. I also wanted to know, because I don't know if it was a preview, there was mention of Huel in promotional material.
Fuel?
And I was Huel, yeah. And I was like, what happened to Huel? Why are we talking about Huel? You didn't even show anything about Huel.
Wait, what they mention about Huel? Oh, that's right. They said he's still waiting at the
or I said something about he left the safe house or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh sweet, Huel's gonna be back, but there was no Huel.
Huh. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
So that might be a little more than the Skinny Pete one.
Yeah.
Because I like Huel. And then some of I think the bigger portion of the point I dinged was just because since I'm the gun guy in the climax of the movie, I felt like while it was, I think we can all probably agree that it was probably an awesome climax. Some of the things I dinged it for were, one, there was a lot of shooting that happened, and for all that shooting that happened, Jesse didn't get hit at all. And if that was the case, I feel like the shooting scene should have been more chaotic. Instead, it looked like they were standing fairly still, shooting at each other, and with all those bullets, Jesse didn't get hit by any of them.
Oh, you're talking about the scene inside the tow yard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, climax. Right? I mean, would you not say that's the climax?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I thought the climax was going to be part of... Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's like...
You can climax a couple of times.
You could have multiple climaxes. So on this particular climax, that was one of my gripes. Because I was expecting it's pretty chaotic, or not chaotic. They were shooting at each other, Jesse and that other guy, not the main bad guy,
right?
The other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
There was a lot of bullets being shot at each other, and
yeah, I was like, how is he so inaccurate? He was so accurate before, and then all of a sudden he can't hit the side of a barn.
Yeah, and the other guy had the drop on him too, and he couldn't hit shit. So I felt like if they wanted to have Jesse come out with unscathed, I feel like the other guys in the room should have been scrambling, or there should have been a little more chaos in that scene. For all those bullets to get shot in Jesse's direction, and for him to not get... And I'm not saying he has to get mortally wounded,
but at least Rambo wounded, kind of
like
when
Rambo
he got shot in the shoulder, but he's still able, but obviously gets scathed of some sort, or maybe the guy's just so scared he's crappy with a gun.
That's true too, but yeah, that was one of my little gripes about that one. Although I thought the Jesse doing the pocket pistol, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, I actually really like that scene. I mean, I get where you're coming from. The whole the inaccuracies, it doesn't seem realistic, but at the time, I definitely wanted to suspend disbelief just because of how.
Oh no, I had to come up with this after the fact. I was caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
When it was happening.
Yeah.
Well, you were probably very nervous, going, "Oh shoot, I don't want to."
Yeah.
Die.
No, it
Please
was
don't die.
it was
Please don't
so
die."
nerve-wracking because of the way that it happened. He gets the jump on the main guy, right, with the gun in his pocket, and then the other guy immediately goes for his pistol, and they already kind of foreshadowed that because you see him looking over at his gun.
Look over it.
Yeah. And then when it happens, I do appreciate how Well, I mean, Jesse was a little shaken by it, right? You see him starting to shake a bit, especially after the duel. But during it, he's very calm. He knew what was going to happen. As soon as the guy went for a gun, he immediately, draws on him. He runs out of bullets. He doesn't miss a beat. He just immediately throws down his gun, gets the other guy's gun, and keeps firing. Right? I think it was a good indication of how Jesse's character has grown and developed into this person that isn't afraid, isn't hiding anymore, right? It's this guy who's been beaten so many times, he just doesn't care. He wants to get out without hiding, I guess.
Yeah, like even if he was shot, yeah. That would be doing him a favor.
Yeah,
it's he doesn't give a shit.
Right. Yeah, so I really appreciated that. He was very cold and calculative during that whole time. I mean, immediately afterwards, he what everyone that was there, what does he do? He already had a plan. He said, "Hey, come here, give me your license," so he knows where to get him. It was so cool. One of the parts I did like about that whole part was when one of the guys gives him his license. He's like, "Please, man, I have kids." He's like, "I don't give a shit," right? I mean,
yeah.
Evaluating Jesse's character, though, I mean, he probably does kind of give a shit, right? Especially when it comes to kids.
Definitely the well, it's not like he was gonna go kill a kid.
Yeah.
Or if that was, but I think he would. I mean, obviously it was just a threat, and he said that to be more intimidating. But if obviously the story was not going down that road, but if it somehow did go down that road, I think he would have no problem taking that guy out, mm-hmm. if it meant getting what he wanted, escaping that life.
Right. But
obviously, I'm not saying he would take out the guy's kids.
But just for the hell of it, just on his way out. This guy says he got kids, huh?
Hey, kid, bang.
There was a question I want to ask about the finale. So, when he gets out to Alaska, right? He writes a mm-hmm. letter and he asks it to be delivered, right? Mm-hmm. That was to Brock, the kid, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, sorry,
Brock Lesnar.
I haven't rewatched it like you did, Stu. So
mm-hmm.
that was the kid that died from ricin, right?
No. Well, he didn't die from ricin. He got poisoned.
Yeah,
it was
died.
It was his girlfriend who when he first tried to escape the meth lab, not the skinhead meth lab, mm-hmm. he tried to escape, and to teach him a lesson, they drove him to that girl's. I think her name was Andrea. He had met her in rehab, and she was his girlfriend for a while, and they basically killed her in front of him. And Brock was her son.
Oh, so. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Brock is also the kid who got poisoned by ricin.
With ricin.
Not ricin. It wasn't ricin. It was
something else. But Walter was poisoned.
It was a flower that Walter had in his backyard that I think he knew that would do this. And
the blue one, right?
Yeah, it was some plant he had in his backyard, but it's typical Walt. He planned it out perfectly. He thought somehow he got it to the kid, and the kid ate it or something, ingested it, and ended up in the hospital because of it. So
okay, quick aside, that part when they revealed that Walt gave him the flower, that at the end
mm-hmm.
of the episode, how they zoom in on the flower in his backyard. Jesus Christ!
Right.
Holy fuck!
Mm-hmm. That was
chilling.
It's if Breaking Bad's that good, then Better Call Saul. Woo. So. Yeah, I haven't got caught up as far as Ben on Better Call Saul, but that is definitely one of my top shows too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I definitely echo the same sentiment. For me, the climax was the when he goes back to, I forgot the guy's name, but he goes back to the vacuum store.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "You're the dude," and then he calls the cops.
Oh my god, that was great.
They show up because he thought it was awesome. A joke. He goes, "No, for a fact you don't want to." And then they show up, "Hi, officers," and he goes, "Oh, what the fuck?" And he goes, "All right, deal's a deal." And then he's telling him, he goes, "Oh, okay, this is the down payment or whatever." I think that was the point where he realizes, okay, what I need to do to be able to get out is this, right? And then that kind of just gets the rest of these actions in sequence after that. But it just kind of just that's such a Jesse move to almost be like, all right, I'm at your mercy, but then he tries to flip the script and tells him what to do, kind of like almost like the same way where he did with Walt, right? You kind of see like the old Jesse kind of kick back, not this new one that's been beaten to shit, that's been, you know, put in a hole for forever and feels like it, you know, almost beaten to the point where he has no hope left, right? It kind of gets back to that old Captain Cook Jesse, where he kind of is like, no, I know what I'm doing. You're the one that needs to know to listen up. Blah blah blah. This is what you're gonna get. You know, I know I'm only $1,800 short, but you know, just freaking do it or whatever it is. And then he goes, nope, not gonna do it. Blah blah blah. And he's just like so confident about it. And then he realizes he got caught. That was my favorite part of the entire movie.
Yeah, I definitely like that scene.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of hard to pick out like a specific part that I really like, because overall I pretty much enjoyed every scene that was in the movie. Like, oh my god, the beginning scene where he shows up at Skinny Pete and Badger's place, man, I almost shed like a man tear for that. Holy fuck, like
rough. He showed up in a rough spot.
No, I mean, it was like, was it Skinny Pete like comes up with a plan all on his own, like on what they're gonna do, right? And it works perfectly. And then right when like they're about to execute the final part, you know, Skinny Pete stops him and he's like, wait, you know, take this beanie. It might help a little bit more. And then, you know, Jesse confronting him is like, wait, why are you doing all this, man? And then he's like, you're my hero and shit. And then he just leaves. Man.
Oh, dude, that was a good moment. That was definitely a big moment for sure.
Yeah. It's too bad that it's too bad that basically their friendship had to end though, right there.
Yeah.
He couldn't see him ever again.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, but I have a lot of respect for Skinny Pete and for Badger for sure for doing that.
I know.
Even after not seeing him forever, dude, that's what real homies are like, right? Like ride or die and that kind of shit. So, no, that was definitely, I'm with you on that.
Like, fucking go drive this car down to Mexico, and then I'm gonna go get I'm gonna get hauled in by the cops.
Yes.
I know I'm gonna pass a polygraph, dog. It's cool.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Always wanted El Camino.
Yeah.
Fuck, and I don't know, there's just so many small moments too. Like, a lot of one of the things I really liked about Breaking Bad was a lot of the shots that they did. Like, they're just visually striking. Like the one we just talked about, where you find out what happened to, or who poisoned Brock, right? And it was Walt. You know, they zoom in on that. Or the episode Crawl Space. Jesus, that one always haunted me. Where he's laughing.
He just starts laughing.
Yeah, and just zooms out, and the sound just gets like louder and louder, and just holy shit, it just sends chills down my spine. But in this movie, there was so many great shots, like pretty much comparing Jesse to a caged dog, right? How Todd treats him and everything. Every time he was with Todd, he just seemed like a dog on a leash. And then when he was in Todd's apartment and the police or the quote unquote police were dusting the area, and they finally come upon Jesse. Holy shit! That shot where his gun comes out. Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, he just slowly peers out of the shadow with a gun in his face.
Yeah.
That was like, it was like coming out of smoke.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm no cop killer.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Or even the overhead shot of Jesse like tearing apart the apartment.
Shows like that was like classic Breaking Bad.
I know. Like, I can just go on and on about this.
Yeah, he just shows off. He showed off some of his new chops, and he goes, "Oh, you guys thought it was good before. Wait till you see what I can do now." I'm like, "Oh."
Now I think going back to what some of we were saying earlier, where people were critical of the movie. Can we get into what some of the people were critical of?
What are they critical of?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Well, I mean, what I heard was that it was executed well, but was the plot really necessary? I mean, a lot of people are saying like we could have left it at Jesse just driving off into the night and just assuming that he got out okay. We didn't need to get any closure on this, but I disagree. I think it was it was a great and really sweet send off for Jesse. We finally get some actual closure on him. And, you could say the same thing about, like, Better Call Saul, right? Is that necessary? We already got the whole story arc for Walt Goodman, but holy shit, right. Jimmy McGill as a character, like, you never thought that you needed to get a deeper character analysis on Saul Goodman, but holy shit, he's so good. Like,
Yeah, he was like one of my favorite characters in the Breaking Bad like arc. So
I know
I'm glad he got a spin-off.
I know, and then you get like this emotional depth to him in Better Call Saul. And not only that, you get like a more matured Vince Gilligan who like takes a very, very steady hand over the production of Better Call Saul, and it just seems like an entirely new, better show. You know, it looks like it's got like 50 years of experience more on it. You know, and this movie too. Like I think it really benefited from it. I don't know. Those people could go suck a bag of dicks. Seriously.
Yeah, that was part of the thing for me is like I don't really hear very much criticism because I figure haters are gonna hate, and you know I enjoyed it. That's all that really matters to me. And if I think it was like you guys were saying, it's a good send off. It kind of closes the end of a saga because you finally get to see there's at least one good possible ending, right? Because the way the way Breaking Bad ended. I really thought that Jesse, he got away in the El Camino, but I thought that he was going to get caught and then he'd end up in jail and some other shit, or someone was going to like track him down because he was in hiding and he was going to die. I thought that was the way it was going to end, honestly speaking.
Oh. And honestly, with this movie, right, and with Better Call Saul, I actually wouldn't mind if they did, you know, all these little spin-offs and a little deeper dives into the universe of Breaking Bad, because you know,
Badger and Skinny Pete need their own show.
Yeah, seriously, I would not be like against that. I feel like with other shows, you know, they do spin-offs with other characters and it just ends terribly. You know, it's just like they were just in it for the cash. Oh, let's take this really popular character and flesh him out, you know, and give him his own spin-off show. But no, this one actually, you know, has a good idea and has like direction with where it's going and what it wants to do. It's I think like movies, you know, these little short movies could possibly be really good for Breaking Bad, or just, you know, little snippets of, you know, giving the fans more of what they want while not compromising any quality.
Right. Yeah, instead of spinning off it, making like a series, just do like a little movie like this.
I would be totally okay with that.
Yeah, so all right, well, it sounds like we enjoyed that one thoroughly. We definitely don't want to be taking up all the time. We could probably talk about Breaking Bad on its the El Camino on its own.
One more thing.
Okay.
The reason I didn't give it... Like,
I also have one more thing, but go ahead.
The reason I didn't give it like a better score was because this was just really distracting of how different Todd looks. Like, I couldn't just take my mind off of it. Like, I could suspend disbelief that Jesse didn't get shot in that crazy duel at the end, you know, that he was just standing still while the other guy's running around and trying to shoot him, and he didn't take any bullets. But Todd, holy shit, he is like just gigantic.
I thought in the beginning of the movie when they were showing Jesse looking up at Todd through the gate, I thought that would be like Todd's only appearance in the movie because he looks so goddamn different.
He has such a large role in this movie.
He was like, nope, all right, now time for the full face close-up.
Yeah. And then he lost it all at the last episode of Breaking Bad. But I gotta say, his actor is really good. It's just, man.
Oh yeah, the Todd character is great.
It's just, it was really distracting.
Yeah, like, oh
I'm so
man,
confused.
couldn't they CGI him or something? Or
yeah, seriously, come on, you had a budget for this.
Yeah,
but
I think a little bit in that same vein. Yeah. This is my one last thing I wanted to mention, and also I forgot to include this into my score as to why it got dinged from me. Was it just me, or was Bryan Cranston wearing a bald cap?
Probably, yeah. I mean.
That was if that's the case, that was very disappointing to me because I just came off of rewatching the whole series, so I have this image. I know what Walter White looks like, and then we watched the movie.
Kind of broke it for you.
Now his head's like 2.5 millimeters too thick, and I was like, oh, just shave the head.
It's like Megamind.
But I was glad that I started punching David in the arm when the Bryan Cranston
showed
Walter
up.
White
yeah.
cameo was coming up.
That was so good.
Oh, trust me. I think everybody was gripping their seat going, finally. Yeah, so this movie, I think, I want to say probably for most Breaking Bad fans, this is the movie that they wanted, and this is the ending they probably would have been okay with, that they were happy with.
Yeah.
I mean, so... but if there's nothing else that you guys want to talk about, we have another movie we need to discuss. That would be... God, why is this so hard for me?
Jay and
Silent
Silent
Bob
Bob
Reboot.
3. Clerks 3.
Electric Boogaloo. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler thoughts?
Yeah,
We're doing
spoiler
spoilers
thoughts.
now.
My favorite part was, I guess I'll start. My favorite part is the fact that Blunt Man and Chronic is their interpretation of Batman versus Superman, v Superman. And then they throw in the Marvel. My favorite is just how unserious they take this. That Silent Bob shows up in the Iron Man suit.
Someone's getting sued.
Yeah, someone's getting sued. And then I think my favorite character of the entire thing was Chris Hemsworth.
Oh yeah, you're Chris Hemsworth.
I don't touch the hologram. Don't be ear thrusting. Don't take selfies.
Don't fillet me. Don't fillet the hologram.
Don't pretend like you're having a conversation with me. If you want to go to the movie, if you want to be a part of the movie, go this way. If you want to meet all the stars, you go this way. I obviously would go that way. That is the exit. But yeah, fantastic overall from start to finish. I definitely was like one of my buddies asked me if I was at work, if Shannon Elizabeth was in the movie, and I was like,
hell yeah,
and damn, she looks good too. For
you know who looks even better for? Actually, I don't know. Let me check real quick.
She's like what, 46?
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Dude, he looks good.
Amazing. Vegan powers
He's lost a ton of weight for being vegan. Yeah, I know.
I feel like he's lost too much weight though.
Yeah, he looks almost like a skeleton.
He could use a little bit more weight.
Yeah.
Maybe turn the dial up a little bit.
Eat one cheeseburger a month.
Yeah. But I think who also looked really good, although they're not as old as Shannon Elizabeth, is Rosario Dawson.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, Shannon Elizabeth, 46 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. But one thing I think, and this kind of, one of the things that I dinged it for, because this is like one thing I could actually remember, is that why was Rosario Dawson's character, why did they introduce her like they introduced all these other characters from previous movies?
Yeah, why wouldn't she introduce
as their character? Why wasn't she? Yeah, she was in Clerks too. She was the main. I don't know if she's the main character or the main
part of
female.
the panel as Clerk.
No, she was like Dante's girlfriend at the time, right?
Yeah, she's the center of the poster for Clerks too. So like, why didn't they reintroduce her as that same character?
Yeah, I mean,
where like they showed the guys from Clerks, they showed Shannon Elizabeth, they show Ben Affleck, all from the previous movies, but why not her? Like they show her as someone completely different. That was a little weird to me.
Now that you mention that,
oh yeah, she plays a Parker, right? Like
she's
Falcon,
Shannon Elizabeth's
Falcon.
Sorry, she's the wife. Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, why didn't she get to reprise her role and then be able to say, oh, I remember you from the other one, but we got together some happenstance or whatever.
Yeah.
And then.
So just a little continuity issue there, but
The only thing I had beef was the Chinese girl happened to be a Russian spy.
Yeah,
I thought she was gonna go North Korean. I was like, if you're gonna be racist and you're gonna
do North Korea.
Yeah, I'm like, why not North Korea if you're gonna piss off people?
I also had, that was also another one of my gripes, was that after a while the fake Russian accent was wearing me down.
Oh my god,
it was so much.
Her Russian accent is horrible.
Yeah,
and there was so much of it. She had so many lines.
Stupid Americans. I'm like, dear God, it sounds almost as bad as mine.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yep.
But obviously it wasn't meant to be good. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was not winning any Oscars for this, but I definitely
I would have preferred North Korea.
Yeah. North Korea would have been a great one. And then Kim Jong-un shows up, and he's trying to infiltrate American cinema.
Bobby Lee as Kim Jong-un.
Oh my god! Yes, that would have been great. See, we should have been on that pitch movie, but it's hard to pick a moment in that movie because it seemed like there were just mini clips just strung together, and then they called it a movie because it was over an hour.
One part that I didn't really like about the movie was they were really teasing hard about Mark Hamill, and then it didn't happen. Like, they really
I knew
teased
this was going to come up.
Like, they had him break the
They
wall.
teased it so much. Yeah, they showed you a half-second clip of him breaking through the wall.
Yeah, and then that was it. It was just like, and here's Mark Hamill. No Mark Hamill. It's like, why even do it at all, you know?
Yeah.
Well, okay, instead of picking a favorite moment, who's your favorite cameo?
Oh.
You guys need a moment? If you guys need a moment, mine was Ben Affleck.
I have two kind of favorite cameos. One was the Method Man Redman
Awesome.
cameos.
Yep. How
that was
high?
Awesome. And then also I liked those is probably an easy one when the Jason Lee one.
Oh, yeah. Jason Lee, of course. I gotta say, my favorite one was, oh man, I don't even know the actor that plays him. Something O'Halloran. The guy who plays Dante in Clerks.
Wait, where was he? I remember I was looking for him. Where was he in the movie?
I mean, he was at the beginning and the end, essentially. Like, when they're at the...
Oh, I'm thinking of the... Right, no, I'm thinking of the other one.
Oh, Randall. Yeah, no, he was not there. But I liked how the beginning of the movie, like, started out exactly like Clerks. Like, the shot-for-shot remake of Clerks. And then at the end, when Dante goes, and, you know, it's, you know, like, they don't say anything, but, like, you know, you see Dante walk up to the store and tries to unlock the locks, and then you could tell that he was frustrated because someone jammed gum into the locks. You know, it was a little nice.
We've been doing this.
Because, like, a lot of the references in the movie were just really in your face, you know. This one was a nice little subtle one. It was just like, oh, hey, haha, you know. And then finally at the end of the credits, it's all like, hey, for the past 25 years, every night we just
jam gum in
into
it.
the locks. It was a really nice little wink.
Was that something that happened in the previous movies that they copped to before, or was this the first time they've copped to
That
that?
was the first time they copped to it, but it happened in Clerks 1. You know, that's how the movie started. It was like they had to put that sign up, you know, I assure you we're open because someone jammed gum in the locks, and he keeps mentioning it throughout the film. Someone jammed gum in the locks, those fucking savages, you know. So it was a really nice little nod to that, I felt.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because that was one of my favorite little scenes at the end there.
Yeah, you could definitely pick any scene and it'd be like your favorite and nobody would question it because literally it was just filled with just little bits here and there of your favorite movie. It just really depends on what your favorite movie was that you had out of the Kevin Smith anthology. But the reason why I picked... Yeah, go ahead.
No, you.
Oh, the reason why I picked Ben Affleck is so much because it seemed like he was really bitter about not being Batman anymore, and he made no apologies about it. And I'm like, damn, is Warner Brothers and is Sony gonna come after him for this shit for like talking so much trash? He goes, I would have been a better Batman, but I guess they don't want that anymore. So I'm like, holy crap! Like you don't need to watch any any Kevin Smith movies to get that one for sure.
Yeah,
yeah. Along with all like the goofs and gaffs, there was plenty of them. For you guys, was it also like it had some pretty touching moments in it also?
Yeah.
Like when you talk about his health and stuff like that,
or his kid, you know, the father and
with
daughter.
like Jay. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jay
for sure.
Dealing with
having a kid now.
Yeah. There's a pretty good, little touching heartstring moments there. For a movie that has like just a complete joke the whole movie.
Yeah,
like,
it was nice to
every scene is a joke.
It was nice to get that breather of an emotional scene every now and then, and Jason Mewes and Harley Quinn could definitely emote to it. You know, they aren't bad actors, so they really sold those.
Which is never something I would expect.
I know,
from,
right?
The guy playing Jay.
Or the guy that shows his asshole and his balls on screen.
Yeah.
So, well, it sounds like we thoroughly enjoyed both of these movies that were harken back to multiple, one's a TV show, one is a series of movies, and I think this was a fitting double feature to be able to put together. Do you guys have any other final thoughts before we go ahead and wrap it up for this week?
What the hell was Matt Damon's cameo?
I know, they didn't...
Oh, Dogma.
Yeah,
it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was Dogma, but it didn't do anything for the
point.
story. It was just like, hey, I'm Matt Damon, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Well, he said he played as Loki, but then he made the joke about not being...
no, but I mean, I get what he was saying, but I don't understand, like,
the
as
point
far
of
as what was
having him
going
in
on
there?
in the movie, like for Ben Affleck, it made sense because, they ran into him at Chronicon and they're blah, blah, blah. But, like, for Matt Damon, it was just like, as they're cutting to a new scene, it's like, oh, wait, real quick, here's Matt Damon.
Yeah, that was...
I think he even addressed it at one point. He goes, "You're probably wondering what I'm doing here, blah, blah, blah."
Oh,
and
did he?
I think he said that, but I kind of I don't know if it wasn't that big of a scene for me, so I was just kind of like, oh, okay, let's get past it.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much...
I thought I was missing something.
No, I remember that he said something, but I think I might have not remembered too much because that wasn't very, very memorable. It just kind of got jammed in there.
He made a bunch of Bourne Identity jokes.
Yeah,
and
I like those jokes. It's just like, what was the point of it? I mean,
yeah. So, if that is it, then we're gonna exit. What?
That's it.
We're gonna exit the spoiler zone this week. I think it's gonna have to come down to just me and Stu on what movie we're gonna watch because unfortunately we're going to lose our illustrious third cast member.
Yep. Adios, assholes.
For a couple weeks. He will be traveling to Japan. Make sure to update your Instagrams and your Snapchats so you can follow him in his food stories. Spoiler alert: it's never gonna be any sushi. It's always gonna be ramen. That's right. And then other snacks, and then mostly boba. Are you guys going to Taiwan again this year?
No.
Or just Japan?
Japan, Indonesia. Yep.
Oh, nice. So yeah. Well, safe travels.
Thank you.
We will. You will be missed.
Thank you.
In the coming weeks, we will definitely be probably replacing you with another special guest. Permanently.
The Green Ranger.
Hopefully, we might get a Sean sighting.
Ooh.
Hopefully, cross fingers.
Yeah.
So we will continue to try to pry him from the upside down world.
Well, I'm David. I watch Stranger Things now. I make Stranger Things references.
So Stu, is there a movie you want to see that's coming up this week?
It's coming out this week or has already come out?
Well, I guess it could be both.
I kind of want to see Parasite.
Yeah. Go check out Parasite.
We can see Parasite. Oh, okay. Well, Zombieland's coming out this week too.
Is it?
Zombieland 2, Friday 18th.
Shit. Shiatsu.
But I feel like Parasite would probably be a better choice because Zombieland's going to be out for a little while. So we can save that for next week. And then we could do a double feature. We can do a double tap of that one. See Zombieland 1 and then see Zombieland 2.
This is too many double fists to handle.
It's October.
I don't think our workload can handle this double fisting.
Oh, you know what also comes out this week? Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, does it?
Fuck.
I want to see that too. Ah.
Wow, this is going to be a heavy week for sure.
Fuck.
Yeah, Zombieland 2, Maleficent's coming out.
Well, I'd be okay with skipping Maleficent. Yeah. I'd be willing to skip Gemini Man also.
Wait, what about the motorcycle scene?
We gotta wait till you come back for that.
We already saw it on the YouTube.
Yeah, but we don't know
video.
what
Can we just
happens.
review that?
We don't know what happens.
We do.
He launches it
yes,
and then
we
what?
do. They're gonna remove it from the movie, and it's not gonna be in there. It's a lie.
Oh.
They took that scene out.
It's not gonna be a motorcycle. It's gonna be a scooter.
Yes. A Vespa.
A bird.
That kind of thing. So, what you want to do? Parasite?
I would say Parasite, and
Parasite it is.
then shit. I don't know if Jojo Rabbit or Zombieland. I kind of want Jojo Rabbit.
Because it might not last as long.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
so-
Zombieland will probably hang around longer.
Okay. So what we'll do is next week we will be reviewing Parasite, sorry. And then a week later we'll be reviewing Jojo Rabbit, and then that will be followed by our special Halloween episode, Zombieland 2.
Oh, is that gonna be Halloween already?
Well, I mean, this week's the 18th, next week's the 23rd.
I guess.
And,
I mean, I don't know. Is
the
there
week
anything
after
else?
that will be that'll be Zombieland pretty much.
Yeah.
Let me see what else is coming out. Friday the 18th. Yeah, there's a lot of movies. Oh, there's a movie my dad wanted to see, The Current War. That's the one with Thomas Edison versus Nikola Tesla. That's not a big deal. Wait, I see Arctic Dogs. Is this the sequel to Five Now Dog 5?
5 Now Dog 5.
It's the one where Jeremy Renner's an animated fox.
Wow, he was very serious about that. Okay.
Oh shit! I also want to see. That's. I guess it's coming out this month too. Ah shit! It's coming out this week.
Captain?
The Lighthouse.
Oh fuck! I want to see that. That's the one Robert
Oh, is that
Pattinson.
that black and white movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe and
Robert Pattinson.
what?
and
It looks very avant-garde.
I heard it's supposed to be really
Yeah.
trippy, like really trippy.
yeah. Damn,
Well,
too many good movies out
shoot.
this week.
Well, right now we'll take 1 week at a time. We'll take a look at the box office reviews and see a box office rundown, and if there's any risk of one of them slipping out, we'll have to prioritize based off of that. But for this week, it's going to be Parasite. Ben, you've already seen it, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of preview, like a. Do you want
How
a
about-
Would you like a primer, Stu?
How about Ben? You just record your part of the podcast for it, and then we'll stitch it together when David and I do it.
Yeah, you can do a review on it, and then we'll listen to it as we're.
But we gotta have the banter and everything. You have to pause for banter and
Oh,
stuff
I can
like
do that. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, so this movie was really great. And shut up, David. And anyways,
I'm talking. But yeah, so safe travels.
Thank you.
We'll be reviewing Parasite next week. There will be a portion you will still get to get Ben in here, but it'll be probably pre-recorded. But so maybe some of his insights will be rendered unnecessary by the genius that is David and Stu's feedback
boo.
on the movie. We're gonna be like, you know what? Maybe we don't even need him anymore. We could just be half Cinco
Well, good luck
and a
producing a
full and a half
synopsis.
Cinco.
All right, I doubt you can do it. I doubt that you can look up on the internet a synopsis and retool it to your specific need.
Parasite, a movie about a parasite.
Wikipedia defines a parasite as
A virus invading a organ host body. I don't know.
So, all right. Well, once again, this is the end of episode.
What?
I'm
Did
sorry.
you just
fuck
say?
was that?
No, just we're bidding farewell to Ben. He'll be back in a couple of weeks from Japan. Hopefully, there'll be some good stories. Try to maybe, if you get a chance, maybe catch a movie out there. Maybe it might be different. You might catch like a Japanese horror film or something like that that we might not be able to get here.
Yeah, I watched Jojo Rabbit
but-
in Japanese.
Also,
Yeah, Jojo
Also-
Rabbit in Japanese would be good.
don't forget to get me my the used panties in the vending machine.
I,
Just as a joke,
Yeah,
though.
it's
It's just
just a
like,
joke.
you know, isn't it? This is
Not that
funny,
you actually
guys.
want one.
Guys, isn't this funny? Look what I got.
yeah, it would be really creepy if
I'll
I
be back.
sniffed it.
I'll be back in a half hour.
Oh, gross! I
And if
sniffed it.
if
Isn't
I
that
kept-
funny?
If I kept it. But yeah, enjoy your time. We'll see you. Hopefully, you won't be tired of ramen because we're probably gonna go get ramen.
Dude, I'm
After we get back.
I'm literally going to the Tokyo Ramen Festival, so
I hate you so much right now,
And
Ben.
Yeah.
I
So,
love me.
This is the last time we'll have Ben on the show because
He's dead. He's dead to me.
He's dead to us. So join us next week. We'll be talking about Parasite and obviously our box office rundown. And hopefully we might be able to get a new guest in here to be able to help out with the heavy lifting. Maybe, what was his character? Not Rick Dalton, the other guy. Oh, shit.
Oh.
You guys are going to let me struggle. Oh, God.
Talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's right.
Bruce Lee?
No, not Bruce Lee. Damn it.
Sharon Tate.
No.
Charles Manson.
Damn it. Crap, I know the name is right there. I just can't think of
Roman
it.
Polanski.
All right. Well,
No.
this has been Dos and a Half Cinco's signing off.
Don't forget to
Well,
tip
David
your
is gonna
Reiki master.
I'm your host, David, or Stuart. I'm Stuart.
I'm David.
I'm still trying to figure this out.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Don't forget to tip Reiki Masters.
No, I already said that.
Bye.
Bye.